Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.
I'm a law in the person of Sincereluvdagod. That mean they arms too short, like Tall Anthony Shaw. Peace, family. What's good? What's good? Welcome to another episode of SincereluvdagodCast. I am the God, Sincere Love, back in the house once again. And my lovely co-host, Nicety Girl, is on vacation. Shout out to Nicety Girl. She out in the middle of the ocean somewhere right now, chilling on a cruise with the fam, living it up, having a good time. So shout out to her. Hope she's safe out there. I know she's safe out there. Let me get these lights popping. But shout out to her out there enjoying herself. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. And shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in with me. I know I'm late today. I know I am very late today. We usually try to do the broadcast around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time. And so we are very, very late today. But I was handling some business today, man. I had to handle some business around here. And I got caught up. I was in a creative mode. And I got caught up knocking out a much delayed project, man. Project I've been sitting on the back burner for a long time. I finally got around to getting back to work on it, and the creativity was flowing, the juices was flowing, and I was in my zone, and so much time was going by before I even realized, damn, it's almost time to do the broadcast. And I didn't have anything set up. I didn't have anything ready to go. So I had to delay it a little bit, but I didn't want to leave y'all hanging completely. I still wanted to do the broadcast today because it was not my intentions to skip today's broadcast. But like I said, I got caught up doing what I was doing. But I'm here. I am here now with y'all, and I'm glad to see y'all up in the building. And so y'all know what to do as y'all coming up in here. Hit that like button for me. When you hit the like button, that helps to boost our video into the YouTube algorithm just a little bit. Even more so when you click the share button, copy the link and share this out on your social media platforms. Let everybody know that I'm live right now. You know what I'm saying? That also helps to get some more eyes and viewers on the video and on the channel and all of that. So you definitely want to share this out. Let everybody know that we live right now. If you're not already subscribed to us on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can be reminded whenever we go live with new episodes of SincereluvdagodCast. And we are growing, man. We are growing. Our community is growing. Shout out to y'all, or everybody that been rocking with us since day one. All of the newcomers who are just now coming around, the new subscribers who are just now getting in tune with the channel. Everybody is welcome. Welcome, all of y'all. We are almost at 3,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, on the Sincereluvdagod YouTube channel. We are almost about to hit 3,000 subscribers. I think right now we are at 29. Let me see. We are at 2,995. So we just need 5 people to hit that subscribe button, and we will be at 3K subscribers on YouTube. So shout out to all of y'all who've been rocking with us since day one. And like I said, all of the new subscribers as well, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all rocking with us. We're going to continue to grow. We are going to continue to grow and bring y'all the most valuable content possible. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, 5 more subscribers and we hit 3K on YouTube. And also on my Instagram, make sure y'all following me on Instagram. If you're not already following me, I'm at Sincereluvdagod on Instagram. And I'm about to actually hit 25K followers on my Instagram. I'm at 24.9K followers on Instagram right now. So we're very close to hitting the 25K mark on Instagram. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, at Sincereluvdagod, go on over there and give me a follow so we can reach these milestones. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, indeed. And I'm at Sincereluvdagod on all social media platforms, by the way. That's Facebook, X. It's different on TikTok because they took my first page away from me on TikTok. So at TikTok, I think it's at Sincereluvdagod 372, I think. Let me double check. What is my TikTok handle? Hold on. What is my TikTok handle? And I gotta get more active on TikTok. No, it's at Sincereluvdagod and just the number 3. At Sincereluvdagod and the number 3 on TikTok. And like I said, I definitely got to get more active over there. I started posting some content recently, but I got to be more consistent with it. But follow me. I'm at Sincereluvdagod on all social media platforms. So y'all definitely want to stay tapped in with the God. You know what I'm saying? And so we I ain't gonna keep y'all too long since I came on very late tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a brief broadcast. We're gonna get into the main topic very shortly. We're talking about tragic story down there in Cincinnati. It was a young teenager who was killed at the hands of the police out there in Cincinnati. And the next day, his father was charged with the unaliving of one of the law enforcement officers out there. And so we're going to be talking about that situation out there. We want to know, was this an act of righteous indignation, or was it just a reckless act overall, something that we can't justify at all? You know what I'm saying? That's the question. That's the topic of discussion today. Was it an act of righteous indignation, or was it a reckless act that we can't justify under any circumstances? So we're going to talk about that story amongst a couple of other things that are happening out there in the news as well. And all of that is going to be coming up in just a minute, right after the break. We're going to get into this quick commercial break, and then we're going to be right back at you on the other side. So in the meantime, like I said, like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and we will be right back.
And those Africans have to be organized to fight for their liberation.
GW Apparel, a clothing that speaks. Something for the kings, something for the queens. Visit uptsites.com and use promo code SLDG22 and receive 11% off your order. Peace.
It's the Ticket Plug. We've been running an online ticket business for over a decade, and now we've created an easy way for you to do the same thing through our private ticket resale community. Joining our community will give you a way to flip your bread and generate profit income consistently. We provide you with all the tools, training, and resources needed to start your life-changing online ticket business. Zero experience needed. To join our ticket resale community, go to thetickettrap.com. Again, go to thetickettrap.com. That's thetickettrap.com.
The Master's Table by DJ RP Beats and Sincereluvdagod, now playing on the internet's #1 destination for true hip-hop. Introducing truthhiphop.com, a meticulously curated platform designed for connoisseurs seeking a superior quality of hip-hop. Immerse yourself in an unparalleled experience of 100% bar-heavy, authentically crafted, real hip-hop. Discover the essence of the genre, reminiscent of its golden era, now playing exclusively at truthhiphop.com.
Most resilient, we poster children of prophecy fulfillment. We gotta be God's children.
We need to learn how to read more, because these boys been running the same play on us for eons. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Welcome back, family. We are back. We are back. I told you it was going to be a quick commercial break. Quick commercial break, and we right back at you. So what's going on with y'all, man? How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling? Let's get right into some of the stuff that's going on out here. Because like I said, the main topic we're going to be talking about the situation out there in Cincinnati with the young black teenager who was killed by the police out there. And there was what seems like a retaliation from the young man's father, where one of the sheriffs, I think it was a sheriff, that lost his life down there in Cincinnati, and what looks like a form of retaliation. And we're asking the question, if that is the case, is this a form of righteous indignation, or is this a reckless act that can't be justified? That's going to be the main topic of today. That's going to be the question that I want y'all to answer, that I want to get y'all feedback on in the chat. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that situation. Because, I mean, you know, we've been dealing with these situations for a long time. out here, we've tried to do things the so-called right way. You know what I'm saying? We've tried to be patient and, you know, let the system work, quote unquote work. You know what I'm saying? And wait for justice to be carried out and all of that stuff. And a lot of times we don't get no justice. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, hey, you know, some people out there are at their wits' end, and some people ain't having it, man. Some people ain't having it. And so, you know, what are we to do? What are we to do in these situations? How are we supposed to handle these situations? You know what I'm saying? Because you got situations like this, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know the type of environment that we still live in out here. It's not like, you know, anything has changed. Y'all know the type of environment that we live in, the type of things that we are forced to deal with on a regular basis. And some of the behavior that we see from some people, in my estimation, is inappropriate behavior. Sometimes we see a lot of inappropriate behavior from people reacting to some of these white supremacist threats out here. Like this situation right here, for example. I don't know if y'all seen this. This was floating around social media a couple of days ago. I think it's out there in Seattle. A guy was going to his apartment building. I'm gonna just play the video. Hold on a second.
Do you want me to give you?
I'm gonna just let me make sure. Okay, we got that on the screen. I know it's a little small. Y'all might can't see it too good, but you definitely can hear it if you listen. You can hear the audio of what's happening here. This white supremacist neighbor is accusing this man entering his own apartment of being a thief and all of that. Listen to this.
My apartment number? Are you security? This is insane. If you live here, let yourself in. So you can look me in the show.
He got him in a yoke, by the way, y'all. He's filming, but you can't see what's going on. The white supremacist, the suspected white supremacist, got this brother in the yoke right now, and he's like, "Yo, man, you serious right now? You serious? You're gonna put me in a chokehold?"
Please. Look, just trying to get you to buzz in to show me you live here.
Look, y'all see that? He got him all hemmed up.
Oh, you are in some shit, man. That's cool. Why couldn't you have just done this downstairs?
Look, now he showed him proof. He just showed him proof that he actually does live there. After he hemmed him up and yoked him up, his response is to show the man proof that he actually does live there. This is what I mean when I say inappropriate behavior. This is not how you respond to a threat like this. Who's raising these niggas? This is not how you respond to a threat like this.
Here's my apartment.
Look.
Yeah, cool. All right. Why couldn't you just do it downstairs? Are you like security? Why should I show you proof that I live here? Why should I show you proof that I live here? Ask the office. There's really a problem. There's a problem that I came in here. I don't let people.
Look at this dude. This is a young brother right here getting accosted by this nigga that looked like Revenge of the Nerds. This Ghostbuster looking suspected white supremacist. This who you getting accosted by and explaining yourself to and going back and forth with? Come on, man.
You can ask the maintenance. You put me in a chokehold. You put me in a chokehold, man. You're a thief, man. I'm a thief.
You think he don't know what he did to you?
Thief? You're not. I'm sorry, that came out. I didn't mean it.
Look, that was after he done showed the man proof that he actually does live there. The man still called him a thief. They ain't say, no, I just said that, man. I was just saying that. You're not really a thief. I was just saying that, man. You know, that reminded me of a post I put up the other day. The old clip. I was talking about the Shador Sanders situation, and I put up an old clip on my Instagram of when Tiger Woods was being interviewed right before, I believe it was his first PGA tour. And the interviewer was trying to humble him because he was showing confidence and talking about how he wants to go out there and win and all of that. And the interviewer was like, "Oh, win? Like, come on, you sound a little cocky. Sound a little cocky there. I don't know." And then, at the end of the conversation, he goes, "Yeah, you'll learn." To Tiger Woods, to tell Tiger Woods, you'll learn. And then he kind of laughs it off the same way this dude just laughed it off. No, I was just saying that. I didn't mean that. I was just saying that.
Do you want me to give you my apartment number?
So is this how we supposed to handle these type of situations, family? Okay, I see some people in the chat are saying self-defense. Some people are saying self-defense. Carry your power tools. Shout out to the family. I see y'all. Genius Level Radio said this is righteous. It was righteous. Some people want to get it back in blood. Who are we to judge? Right? Shout out to Noah Randall in the building. Said that's how we got to handle it, though. Shout out to KOD in the building. We can't fight fire with fire because that just creates a bigger fire. What you mean by that? Explain that. And if we can't fight fire with fire, how do we handle it? What's the solution then? Right. Noah Randall put a quote from Malcolm X in there. Self-defense is intelligence. Right. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, that's inappropriate behavior right there. That's inappropriate behavior right there. You're supposed to neutralize that threat. Because if he was able to choke him out, he would have choked him to death right there. If he had enough strength with his little puny ass, if he had enough strength, he would have choked that young man out right there in his own damn doorway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's inappropriate behavior. That's unacceptable. That's unjustifiable right there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, again, that goes along with what we're going to be talking about later. But what's going on out here? What else is going on out here? There's a lot going on, in politics right now. A lot going on with Trump and all of that. A lot of executive orders and all of this stuff going on with the tariffs and the economy. There's a lot to go into there. We're not going to get into that tonight. We're going to have to dedicate a special broadcast to cover some of that stuff, man. There's a lot going on with all of that. But, like I said, we'll do that another day when I get Nicey Girl back in here with me, and we'll really flesh it out so we can really break some of the stuff down that we're seeing going on out here. There's a lot of stuff going on globally as well. You know what I'm saying? We're looking over there at some of the things that's happening in Africa over there with the brother, what's his name? Traore, how you say his name over there in Burkina Faso? And the whole Sahel Alliance out there, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, what they got going on out there. That's another thing we're going to have to dedicate some time to get into sometime in the near future. I've been checking it out just in case y'all was wondering, because we haven't spoken about it. Just in case y'all was wondering, I'm keeping up. I'm paying attention. And we'll talk about that, when I feel the time is appropriate. When it's time to get into that, we'll definitely get into that. But yeah, man, did y'all see Kanye always in the news. Ye is always in the headlines and all of that. And a lot of times, I just keep on scrolling because Ye be doing so much, just for attention. A lot of stuff that you see with Ye is really irrelevant. But I thought that this was interesting. I saw the other day that Ye filed a lawsuit. Well, he put out, did he file the lawsuit, or he put out something with it, the intentions to sue in a letter to his dentist. He wrote a letter to his dentist over nitrous oxide addiction. Let me pull up this story right here. This was on TMZ a couple of days ago. So Kanye West plans to sue former dentist. Nitrous oxide messed me up, he says. Kanye West is gearing up to sue his former dentist, claiming he suffered injuries and financial damages due to alleged reckless administration of nitrous oxide. Ye's team claims that while he was under Connolly's care, the dentist engaged in numerous inappropriate and dangerous practices that were far outside the bounds of any legitimate medical purpose or standard of care. Among this alleged inappropriate behavior, Ye's side claims Connolly gave him excessive amounts of nitrous oxide for non-medical purposes, permitting and encouraging unsupervised self-administration of the gas and continuing treatment despite adverse neurological and behavioral signs. Yeah. He also claims that the dentist essentially abandoned Ye, withdrawing his care abruptly without a proper transition when he saw the negative consequences of Ye's nitrous oxide dependency. That's of what was going on with Michael Jackson, if y'all remember. If y'all remember, it was something similar that was going on with our brother Michael Jackson with the nitrous oxide abuse and all that. And they were talking about how he was addicted to the nitrous oxide and all of that. What's going on with this, family? Is this some type of chemical weapon that they use on these celebrities? Because remember with Ye before, when he put out that letter or that text message or whatever from his trainer, somebody who was supposed to be his trainer, quote unquote, he's this celebrity trainer. I would imagine so, KOD. I'm not exactly sure, but I would imagine so. But you never know. It could be another Conrad Murray or something. I'm not sure. But remember when Ye had put out those text messages from that trainer talking about how he was going to send him back to La La Land and he'll never get to see his kids again and all of that. Come to find out that this guy was some type of military intelligence person. Yeah. He was a Canadian special ops trainer. Shout out to Noah Randall again. He was a Canadian special ops trainer who they planted in Hollywood as a fitness trainer to the stars. But he's really a government plant and a handler to make sure that, you know, these people that they platforming and papering up don't get too far out of control. You know what I'm saying? And they drugging them and doing all type of wild shit. Are they doing the same type of thing with these dentists and some of these medical professionals and all of that, where they're weaponizing these chemicals and these gases and all of that to, you know, put some of these celebrities under control or to make them wild out, start making them become wacko jackos and crazy Kanyes and all that? You know? I'm just asking questions. You know? Ye be wilding. He be saying a lot of wild stuff, a lot of crazy stuff and all of that. But every now and then he'll say some things that make you go, And he be coming with receipts. You know, when he was putting out those contracts, when he put out those messages from the trainer again, you know, certain things like that. You look at Ye's situation, you got to go, you got to scratch your head a little bit. Got to scratch your head a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know, be careful who y'all trusting out here. Be careful who y'all trusting out here. This shit gets deep. It's like they're not going to allow you to rise up and become, this influential figure if they don't got a lot of contingency plans in order just in case things go awry. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like, family. That's what it looks like. Again, I'm not going to talk about the Trump stuff just yet. I'm not going to talk about the Trump stuff. I'm going through our materials of things that we, plan on covering, but some of this stuff I'm not going to talk about today. We're going to get into that at another time. We talked about the Shannon Sharp situation a little bit last week. We talked about that. Since then, there's been another white woman who's coming out accusing him of some things. A white woman named Michelle, who's saying she was raped back in 2010 by Shannon Sharp. It's a homely looking white woman too, by the way. Homely looking white woman. But apparently, according to her, she was a reporter back in the days, and she met Shannon Sharp when he was playing, and they met up another time at some party or some club or something out in Denver. And, they got into some type of affair, some type of relationship. And she found out he was messing with these other women, and she tried to leave him. And he got violent with her when she tried to leave him, according to her. And so she got some lawsuit going on against Shannon now too. So Shannon in a whole heap of trouble out here. Shannon in a whole heap of trouble out here. Now, do I believe it? No. Do I believe it? No. But y'all are supposed to know better. It's the same play every time. Once they smell blood in the water, the sharks is coming. So that's what it looks like. The blood is in the water right now. So the sharks is coming. So she's number 2. I ain't going to be surprised to see more chips start falling when it comes to that. But I saw a post talking about the Shannon Sharp situation the other day that I thought was interesting. I want to get your opinions on this post right here. There was a white woman on social media who says she has a history of dating black men. And she was looking at the Shannon Sharp situation and everybody talking about how white women fetishize black men. But according to her, in her experience, it's the black men that fetishize the Beckys. Let me play for y'all what she said. I want to get y'all opinions on this. What do y'all think about this right here? White woman claims it's black men who fetishize race in relationships, not the other way around. All right, so listen to what she had to say.
As a white girl who has dated black guys since the age of 15, I feel like you guys need my perspective on this Shannon Sharp shit, because everything I'm seeing is like white women are fetishizing black men. Like the Shannon Sharp sitch, like the girl said something about, I want your black baby, right? I have had black men come to me and say, I want you to have my black baby. Not, I want you to have my baby. That's the acceptable response. No, I want you to have my black baby. And I have had black men ask me to say very derogatory things in bed. Yeah. So part of it is not that white women are fetishizing black men. It's like the opposite. And I feel like this isn't being talked about. And I don't want to get any hate for this, guys, because this is my personal experience. But I've had more black men than not mention race in our relationship as like a kink. I don't know. I don't even know if that's like the right way to describe it. But there are some black men in this world that I think like want, I don't know if they want to reenact. I don't know if it's like a power trip of like, I don't know, but I just feel like that piece is important to this puzzle.
What do y'all think? She, is that an important piece to add to the puzzle? Do she got a point? She says it's not white women that are out here fetishizing black men. It's black men that are always bringing up the race dynamic in the relationship when they're dealing with these Beckys. And it's black men saying weird stuff in the bedroom, asking white women to call them nigga and all of that when they smashing. Is that what's going on out here? Are the bed bucks the ones out here fetishizing the white women and the Beckys? What y'all think? Say, Carl, Unc can let me be your guest on the show. I got some good comments on this stuff. What? Are you talking about me? Or are you talking about Shannon? What are you talking about? Talking about me or are you talking about Shannon? Which comes first, the chicken or the egg? I mean, that's what I'm thinking too, Noah. Like, both things could be true. Both things could be true because definitely these white women fetishize over black men. That go all the way back to the plantation. All right? That always been a thing. That go back to the plantation days. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that what she's saying is true also. I believe that what she's saying is true also. These bed bucks getting these bedrooms with these Beckys, and they like to get into this race play stuff. I mean, even when you listen to some of the stuff that Shannon was saying on the phone call and all of that. We would listen to the stuff that Shannon was saying on the phone call, talking about, yeah, big black man chokes little white woman. What you think about that? I might choke you in public. Big black man chokes little white woman. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think she got a point, but I think it goes both ways though. You're not going to absolve white women. We ain't doing that. I think it definitely goes both ways. Both things could be true, in my opinion. I mean, and by the way, this is the white woman, the new accuser of Shannon Sharpe right here, so y'all can see what she looks like. So this still picture right here is an old picture. Doesn't show her too good, but this when she was younger as a reporter back in the days, interviewing Shannon in the locker room, and they got him looking like a buck right there, mouth all open. You like, Lord Jesus. You looking like, Lord Jesus, Becky. They got you up in here. You sure you won't be in this locker room with big black man like me? I don't know. I might have to get at you. Choke you right here in this interview. That's how they got Shannon looking in this old picture right here. But this is her now.
The press room at the Broncos, April of 2002. And but we didn't start talking until we met up at a club at Blue 67 in Denver. I don't know if anyone is listening from Denver, but yeah, we were at a club at a.
Yeah, she laughing and giving shout outs and shit. And, you know, you thinking back to the time when you so-called got graped, and it looking like it bringing back fond memories in your mind. You know, I ain't no body language expert or nothing, but I'm just saying, look like this bringing back fond memories the way she's telling the story. You know what I'm saying? When y'all niggas gonna learn? When is y'all niggas gonna learn? Yeah, I ain't gonna play the whole thing. Y'all get the point. Yes, let's say, yeah, she reminiscing. She reminiscing over here. Do you remember? Oh man, I wish I had this other video. Y'all remember brother down here in Georgia who's making the what does he call it? He's making gas out of plastic. What does he call it? Plastiline or something? He's making gasoline out of plastic, and you know, showing how you can start engines and run cars and all of that stuff by using plastic waste, repurposing plastic waste as gasoline. We talked about it a little bit, you know, a couple of broadcasts ago when he was spazzing out on social media because, you know, people were showing concern in his comments, talking about how he need to be safe and be careful who you're dealing with out here, you know. People were showing, you know, genuine concern about his safety. Oh, nicely not hit. Cash, Jefferson Steel Flex. Cash, get your ass out my chat. Nicely on vacation, man. Nicely on vacation right now. Jefferson Steel Flex. Y'all don't pay him no mind. He probably gonna be trolling in the chat. Y'all don't pay him no mind. This dude got us real good last week. He came in the chat trolling like a mug. We was talking about Shador Sanders situation, and he was in the chat the whole time. I'm thinking we got a white supremacist in the chat. And I'm like, don't block him, let him live. Let him live. You know what I'm saying? But the whole time it was a nigga that I work with in the chat trolling. So if y'all see Jefferson Steel Flex trolling in the chat, don't pay him no mind, man. But Nicely is on vacation. She's on vacation right now, man. Shout out to Nicely. What was I saying? What the hell was I talking about? Oh, the kid that's making the plastic, making the gasoline out of the plastic. So I was saying, you know, people were showing genuine concern for his safety, because you know how it is when people start coming up with inventions that disrupt, you know, these oil industries and these energy industries and all of that. You know, it usually don't turn out too good for people who come up with practical solutions, cost-effective solutions that can undermine some of these, you know, big money industries. Usually they come up missing or they die mysteriously. And so people were showing genuine concern for his safety, and he got upset. He made a video spazzing out on black people, talking about how we being racist against the white people and all of that. And he don't want to hear nobody telling him don't deal with the white folks and da 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 da. You know, we all human beings and we all spirits at the end of the day. Remember that? I wish I had the video. I don't got the video ready, but he was back on social media not too long ago, a couple days ago, talking about somebody loosened the lug nuts on his damn car. Huh? Niggas always got to learn the hard way, man. People trying to warn you, dummy. People trying to warn you and tell you be careful out here, keep your head on a swivel. And you talking about niggas is being racist and all this other dumb shit you were saying. And now you going here talking about somebody loosened up the lug nuts on your damn tires. And you almost went off the road out here. Again, man, like we always quote, rest in peace, Neely Fuller Jr. If you don't understand white supremacy, what it is and how it works, everything that you do understand will only serve to confuse you. If you don't understand racism, white supremacy, exactly what it is and exactly how it works, everything that you do understand will only serve to confuse you. And, you know, he seems like a brilliant young man as far as, you know what I'm saying, his ingenuity and this, you know, this system that he came up with and all that to turn the plastic into gasoline. I mean, he showed that he starting cars and shit with the damn plastic. So he's really doing it out here. He's really, you know, he really came up with something brilliant. But at the end of the day, if you don't understand racism, white supremacy, everything that you do understand is only going to serve to confuse you. You know what I'm saying? And so hopefully that was a little wake up call for him. But then again, he don't, you know, he sounds too far off. He probably think if it was one of us that did it. He probably think one of us tried to take him out of here or something. You know, but people wasn't saying, yo, you can't do business with white people at all and all that. You know, we understand that we are in the system of white supremacy, and we got to go through the powers that be. At the end of the day, we're going to have to deal with them in some capacity. People were just trying to say you got to be careful. You know, move with caution. That's all. People are trying to say, yo, just move with caution out here. Be careful. Watch who you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Let me speak on it, Kenfo. I'll drop the chat. I'll drop the link in the chat in a little bit as we get more towards the end of the broadcast. I will drop the link in the chat for people that want to hop on and share their thoughts. All right, KOD, I will do that a little bit later. But let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. And you know, get into the main topic here. So let me pull up this story. Why is it doing this? Okay, here we go. Cincinnati police fatally shot an armed 18-year-old. The next day, his father killed a sheriff's deputy, authorities say. Ohio sheriff's deputy killed by father of teen fatally shot by police a day earlier. The driver, in a way that was, this is a quote, in a way that was calculated and premeditated, lined up his car, deliberately accelerated his car, and purposely caused the death of an on-duty deputy sheriff, prosecuting attorney Ryan Nelson said Saturday morning at the father's arraignment. It appeared from everybody who was on the scene that he deliberately struck the deputy in an attempt to kill him, Nelson said. Prosecutors are seeking an indictment for aggravated murder, Nelson said. The defendant, Rodney Hinton Jr., 38, is the father of a man who was fatally shot by Cincinnati police on Thursday morning. Cincinnati Police Chief Teresa DG said. On Friday night, police identified the 18-year-old as Ryan Hinton. Authorities have not said whether the suspect had any connection to the deputy. All right. Ryan Hinton turned 18 a few weeks ago. Family attorney Michael Wright said, who described him as a fun-loving and good kid, adding the circumstances surrounding his interaction with the police there, you know, they are surprised that it occurred. The family saying that the family was surprised that this occurred. Hold on. And I'm reading from an article on CNN, by the way. This is the article on CNN. I'm trying to close these pop-up ads that are popping up. I hate when these pop-up ads pop up. Oh, I think I got a paywall now. It won't even let me read the rest of the damn article. Yeah, I ran into a paywall. I can't even read the rest of this article. That's all right. That's all right. Y'all got the gist of the story. So what happened was, I don't know the exact circumstances of what happened with the teen. I don't remember the exact circumstances, but there was some kind of chase. He was in the car with a couple of his friends or whatever. Whatever had transpired led to a chase. They were running away from the police, and the police alleged that they got out the car and ran, that they spotted a gun in his hand, and they claimed that he pointed the gun at them. And they shot at him multiple times. I think he was hit twice, and he ended up dying. And so the family had a chance to view the police body cam footage. I don't know if it was the same day or it was the next day, but sometime thereafter the incident, the family had a chance to view the body cam footage of what actually happened. And then the next day, the father ran his car into the deputy sheriff and unalived him. And so, again, the question to y'all, family, is, was he justified? Is this an act of righteous indignation? Or was it just recklessness and we can't justify this type of violence by any circumstances? I want to know y'all thoughts, actually. And yeah, since that is the question, I'll actually drop the link in the chat now. I'm not gonna, I got a couple things I want to say before I actually start chopping it up with y'all. But for those of y'all that do want to hop on, I will drop the link in the chat now so people can have a chance to get their cameras together and stuff like that and come on and give their comments. And, if you click the link right now, if you're ready to go, you can click the link right now. I'll just have you wait in the studio room, as I finish my thoughts and say what I got to say about the situation. Because to me, this looks like an act of righteous indignation, in my opinion. Like I was saying earlier, this is something that we've been dealing with for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Justice has been very slow for us. We've tried to work the system the way that they say we need to work the system. We tried to go about things the so-called right way. We tried to wait for justice to happen, and time again. I don't want to say the system fails us, because the system works the way that it was designed to work. It was never designed for us to get justice in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So the system is working the way that has been designed to work. And many people are waking up and realizing that that's what it is. And so if that's what it is, then we're going to have to take justice in our own hands. You know what I'm saying? We have the right to defend ourselves and to defend our family. The God-given right to defend ourselves and to defend our family. You know what I mean? And to produce justice the way that we see fit. If we can't get justice from the system, you know what I mean? Then that's what it is. I see you back there, KOD. I'll get to you. I'll get to you in a second. The link is in the chat, fam. If anybody wants to hop on to share their thoughts and give some feedback about this topic. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's that man's son. That's that man, 18-year-old son. And he had to see that. Like I said, they played the body cam footage for him. So he saw what happened for himself. So now, ain't no asking questions. Ain't no asking questions. Ain't no waiting for you to decide whether this was justified or not. Ain't no sitting around waiting for y'all to litigate and go through this whole rigmarole, and me and my family sitting around crying and mourning and praying and marching. You know what I'm saying? And doing all of that. And look, the thing is this. The thing is this. If there was a story where let's just say a kid got killed in some gang violence situation. Teenager gets killed by gunfire by another gang member or something like that, and then another one of his homies retaliate. That's not even a story. We don't even ask these questions of whether or not he was justified or whatever the case may be. The only thing we might talk about is black on black crime and how we gotta do better. You might hear some of that. All this black on black crime and niggas need to do better and we gotta stop killing each other and all that. You might hear some of that kind of talk here and there. But let's say it was a situation like that where it was another black person that killed an 18-year-old kid, and then the father retaliated against the killer. I don't even think there would be a question in the minds of black folks of whether or not that father was justified in doing what he did. But since it's a police officer and a white man, I believe the police officer was a white man who lost his life, and somebody who's supposed to be an authority figure, then it's, oh, come on, man, we can't be doing all of that now. You can't be doing all of that now. You start hearing that type of talk. But if it was just another black person, people don't even blink their eye. It's not even a conversation. We won't even be having this broadcast. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, for instance, I seen somebody was posting about this story, and in the background they had Kendrick Lamar's song playing, from the Damn album. On Kendrick Lamar's Damn album, he had a song called XXX, a Triple X song. And he talked about a situation like that. I'm gonna read some of the lyrics. For you. I can't play the songs. I'm gonna read some of the lyrics. Let me go back. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Leave him in the wilderness with the sworn nemesis. Wait, okay, yeah. I'll chip a nigga a little bit of nothing. I'll chip a nigga a little bit of nothing. I'll chip a nigga, then throw the blower in his lap, walk myself to the court like, bitch, I did that. Hold up. Where's it at? Johnny don't want to go to school no more. Okay, yesterday I got a call like from my dog, like 101, said they killed his only son because of insufficient funds. He was sobbing, he was mobbing, way belligerent and drunk, talking out his head, philosophing on what the Lord had done. He said, K-Dot, can you pray for me? It been a fucked up day for me. I know that you anointed. Show me how to overcome. He was looking for some closure, hoping I could bring him closer to the spiritual. My spirit do know better, but I told him I can't sugarcoat the answer for you. This is how I feel. If somebody killed my son, that means somebody getting killed. Tell me what you do for love, loyalty, and passion of all the memories collected, moments you could never touch. I'll wait in front of nigga spot and watch him in his block. I'll catch a nigga leaving services. That's all I got. I'll chip a nigga, then throw the blower in his lap, walk myself to the court like, bitch, I did that. And so in this song and these lyrics, again, he's talking about killing another nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's saying this dude's son got killed by another black dude, and he coming to K-Dot for some advice because he ready to spaz out. And he hoping K-Dot could kind of, talk him off the bridge. And K-Dot like, look, nigga, I can't even, I'm going to keep it real with you. If that was my son, I'm going to handle that. I'll chip a nigga, then throw the blower in his lap, walk myself to the court like, bitch, I did that. So when it's another nigga, it's not even a question. We don't care what the consequences is. We don't think about no consequences, no none of that. It's, nigga, you killed my son, I'm killing you. Point blank, period. Right? But then when it's a cop or one of these white dudes or something that do some shit like that, now it's a question, oh, maybe we need to forgive him. Or we got to wait for justice. You know what I'm saying? Let the system handle it and take care of it and all of that. Then we start asking those kind of questions. Then all of a sudden we don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But even me, I had a couple lyrics in some of my songs. And shout out to Kendrick Lamar. I love Kendrick Lamar, one of my favorite artists. But if we're gonna keep it a bean, he ain't talking like we talking though. I said I love Kendrick Lamar. He one of my favorite artists, but he ain't talking like we talking though. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just entertainment, man. But I said him on one of my lyrics on a song called Reloaded 2.0 off of me and DJ RP Beats' first project together, the Master Elements project. We got a song called Reloaded 2.0. And in the second verse, was it the second verse? We die for selling cigarettes, die for selling CDs, die of a broken tail light in front of your wife and seed. They live stream it unless you die in the precinct. They say you suicidal, then we hashtag rest in peace it. I'm feeling seasick every time that I see this. Scrolling down my timeline, wish I could just delete it like it never happened. On second thought, why we let it happen? Crying on TV, begging for compassion from people with no conscience. My people so lost, we just pray away our problems like Jesus is gonna solve it. They give us hush money, man. Miss me with that civil suit. You kill my baby, then cocksucker, I'm killing you. No negotiating. I know you Satan. I know you hating. I know you caveman. Caucasus Mountains, know where you came from. I did the knowledge, and though I ain't did it in college, I got a flow that let you know that I'm mentally brolic. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it ain't this apply across the board. This principle applies across the board. It ain't no exceptions. And this don't just apply to another nigga. You know what I'm saying? This applies across the board. Ain't gonna see us crying on TV, begging for compassion. We know these people ain't got no conscience. We know what it is. You kill my baby, then cocksucker, I'm killing you. Point blank, period. And that's how this father felt about this situation. It seems like, apparently. You know, when I look at the story, that's what it seems like to me, that this father feel the same way that I feel. You know what I'm saying? So again, to me, this is completely justified as righteous indignation. And well, some people will say, yeah, but that's not the cop who did it, though. If you're gonna do it, get the actual cop that did it. It's like, you know, he ain't have that opportunity. He ain't have that opportunity. But I said somewhere in another song, I said something about, you know, for every black body, I forgot exactly how it goes, but I said something about for every black body, we're gonna need 2 blue suits. We're gonna need 2 blue suits because it is about, you know, me and mine specifically, but it's bigger than me and mine. It's bigger than just me and mine. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my son, and I'm riding for my son specifically, but it's bigger than just me and mine. It's a bigger picture than that. For every melanated body, we need 2 blue suits. Period. We're gonna have to produce justice and deliver some consequences and repercussions. And let it be known that it ain't sweet, that it ain't just gonna go down like this. You know what I'm saying? I did another song called Die Time. And we talked about when is the appropriate time to die. Damn. We talked about when is the appropriate time to die. And I think the first line in the song, I said, every mammal know how to die for their offspring. You look at the animal kingdom. You just look at the animal kingdom. Any mammal gonna go all out for their offspring. If you pose a threat to their offspring, they'll fight you to the death. They're not trying to preserve their own life under those circumstances. They'll fight you to the death. So I said, any mammal know how to die for their offspring. But we've been taught things that ill-equipped us for this war thing. You know what I'm talking about? And on the hook, it's a sample from Minister Farrakhan where he was talking about the same thing. When he said, that's the time to die. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees, homie. That's just some real shit. And I ain't suicidal, and I don't even want to say that word on here because, you know, YouTube be funny style when you use that word, the algorithm and all that. But said I ain't through the title. Rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. And if it's time to die, then so be it then. You know what I mean? That's the whole premise of the song. It's right there in the hook. It's all in the lyrics and all of that. And these ain't just songs that we singing, my nigga. These ain't just songs that we singing, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I feel this father. I feel this father. I look at his actions as being noble and honorable. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's still a tragic situation no matter what. You know, I'm sure that this is not how he planned for his life to go. You know, when I seen the image of him in the courtroom when he's getting arraigned and all of that, you know, he looked strong, but he also looks a little bewildered, and you know, obviously you could tell there's a lot going through his mind in this moment. You know, he just lost his son, and now, you know what I'm saying, he crashed out his life, and so, you know, it's a million things racing through his mind, as we all could imagine. And he's in a courtroom, and they got a gang of police in the courtroom, by the way, when he went for his arraignment. Like, they had every police from the precinct in the courtroom as a form of intimidation. But he didn't look intimidated. he just looked, like I said, a little bewildered just by the whole situation, by the whole circumstance of this sudden turn of events in his life. Like I said, this is not where he was planning for his life to go 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, placed in these unfortunate circumstances, he did what he had to do. He did what must be done. And I can't be mad at him. I can't be mad at him. But I want to get y'all thoughts. And so I got brother KOD on here. KOD, welcome to the Godcast. Peace, peace.
Hey, so back when I used to live in the burbs, you know what I'm saying, I actually did one thing, let me hop on the store, and I felt kind of betrayed. So you know what I'm saying?
Wait, what?
Since the age of 3, I've been doing this, folk.
Wait a minute. You said you used to live in Newburgh?
I used to live in the burbs with you. You was my barber, son.
Wait a minute. Who is this?
It's Zay. You know who it is.
Hold on. I gotta blow your screen up because I can't see you too good.
Oh, yo. What's good, folks?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Been a while, been a minute.
It been a long minute.
Yeah, but like
It been a long minute, man.
Like 3 years. But you know what I'm saying? I got some words to say about it. So you already hopped on the point about, the Kendrick Lamar song. I'm a big K-Dot fan. So that was the first thing I'm going to come out and say, on XXX, he talking about somebody took my mama, my sister, my woman, my son. And like, as a youngin right now, I know like my dad will fight for me. Like,
how old are you?
I'm 13.
Okay.
So I'm there.
My guy.
I ain't no adult, but I do know this is that if somebody killed me, my dad would go that crazy. I know that. Cause he wouldn't just let nobody kill me and not get my get his justice for it. Cause I'm his son. He just wouldn't let that happen. And like I know you as a father, you wouldn't let like someone just straight up come shoot your son, whether they gang affiliated, whether they're a police officer, whether they just a shopper at Publix. Either way, you're not gonna let that slide because that's your son.
You're absolutely right.
In the father's case, even though it's not the same officer that happened to kill the kid, still you gotta get your point across one way or another. And that might in the side of ethics, that might have been the best way to go about it. But in the way of morality, I feel like that's how you get your point across, because they can't ignore that. They can't ignore you shooting another police officer that was inside of the same building as them, or like even in the same field as them. They can't ignore that because that's gonna make noise inside of that position. So that's how you get your point across. And killing a son, that's crazy. Even if I was an adult, I wouldn't let that happen. I wouldn't let that slide. My nephew, even if it's a friend from school, I wouldn't let that slide. It's not how it works.
Man, that's heavy coming from you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate your perspective on it. And I agree with you. I can't disagree with you. With you. And so shout out to your pops and your family, because obviously they're doing a good job, putting you in with the right state of mind. You know what I'm saying? With the right spirit to understand, that you got a God-given right to defend yourself out here and defend your family out here. And when other people defend themselves or whatever the case may be, they looked at as heroes. It's looked at as being honorable. It's touted. You know what I'm saying? They're celebrated for it. But they try to demonize us just for defending ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't, that's like a slight to our humanity. You know what I'm saying? To make us feel like, us defending ourselves is anything less than honorable. That's a slight to our humanity. So shout out to you, King, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, and back when I said that comment, like you can't fight fire with fire because that creates a bigger fire and everything goes up in flames. Like you can't, because that's just, you can't like kill somebody and then expect to kill somebody back and expect the society to see you better as like a better person, because that's just not what's gonna happen. Either they're both gonna see you as bad people and both move you all out, or they're gonna see the white man as a supreme person and as a victim, and they're still gonna see you as a bad way. Either way, it's a lose-lose for you. So that's why we not gonna let disrespect slide. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is we gotta hold our own ground and not crash out, because crashing out is kind of like a staple in our society, and we can't let that define us as the ethnic group that we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And so I lost track of what I was gonna say because I was reading the comments. But no, but I think what you was getting at is, you know, it's no happy ending to a situation like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you say you can't fight fire with fire, it's just gonna create more fire. It's like, you know, it's really, you know, a tragedy no matter what. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a tragic outcome. You know what I'm saying? Now a young life has been snuffed out, and now you know, this father, you know what I'm saying? His life could be over. You know what I'm saying? And you know, hopefully he's safe. Hopefully they got him somewhere safe. You know what I'm saying? Because you know they're gonna try to retaliate as well. That's the reason why they had all of those officers in the courtroom to try to intimidate him and all that. And so him being locked up, you know, hopefully they keep him safe, man. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, and it's not like this is even like a heat fire that we can just extinguish with like being calm, cool, collected. Now it's an oil fire, so even with that calm, cool, and collected, it's still just gonna get more agitated and aggravated with the stuff that we're doing. So at this point, we just gotta ignore it and see what happens, because that's kind of what got out of that segregation point, like ignoring what people were doing to us, and like even through protests, peaceful protests, ignoring what the white people were doing. And so I just feel like ignoring probably has to be the best thing that we can do to try to get out of this situation. Cause
Facts. Let me ask you a question. What KOD stand for?
KLD stands for a lot of things. Main thing is it's a addition to my nickname, which is Domo. So Kodomo, it means kid inside of Japanese. So that's what it means. And
That's
it just means
some anime stuff or something.
I'll take that. Yeah, my dad loves anime. So
Okay.
yeah. And Killer of Demons. So
Killer of Demons. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
So you rap?
Yeah, I rap. I rap all the time.
Oh, okay. Where can we hear your stuff at?
I got a song posted on my channel right now. I'm working on a project right now with some of my friends. But yeah, you can check on my channel. You can check on BandLab too. My name is Domo. Same thing there. So yeah.
On Domo on YouTube?
Domo on BandLab, but on YouTube is KOD.
It's KOD on YouTube. All right, so y'all check my dude out, man. Y'all check him out, man. You know, show him some love, leave some comments, you know, hit the like button and all that stuff on his stuff, man. We're gonna check you out, man. See what you own.
All right. See
and you gotta come back and see me, man. You gonna be on this side anytime?
Hey, bro, I'll be on here sometimes. I don't be saying that because I'll be looking at the subject and I'll be like, do I want to speak on that? And I said, cause my mom in that next room right there. I don't know if I'm gonna speak on. You know what I mean? So I gotta look at the subject first, and then I see on the hop on. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you tapping in, man. Either way, man. Good looking out, man. Thanks for the feedback, bro.
You, no problem.
All right, peace, King. Man, that's what's up right there. That's what's up right there. Let me see how you do that. I don't want to ban them. Nah, just remove. Okay, there you go. There we go. Boom. There it is. Yeah, that's what's up right there, man. You know what I mean? That's the next generation right there. Got his mind right. Got his mind right. I don't even gotta say nothing else. I don't even gotta say nothing else. He said it all right there, man. Let me see, because I'm about to get up out of here. Like I said, I know it's late. I'm usually on here a little bit earlier than this. Well, a lot earlier than this. But yeah, we'll be back on here a little bit later on this weekend. Nice to get back off of vacation. We'll be back on here to cover some of the topics that I told y'all we're gonna get into. And also, y'all let me know in the comments, especially those of y'all watching on the replay and all of that. Y'all let me know. I got you. I got you. Y'all let me know in the comments what topics y'all want us to cover, what stories y'all want us to cover. Well, you know, some of the things that we need to get into that we may not have touched on. Let us know what we need to be talking about. All right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I just realized you was in the private chat. My bad. But yeah, man. KOD. Shout out to you, Vince. Tell your family I said what's up, man. Get them a shout out for me. And like I said, you back on this side of town, come see me. Come see me. But I'm going to get up off of here, man. That does it for today's episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. I appreciate y'all tuning in with me. Again, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can be reminded whenever we go live with new episodes. Look for us to drop content all throughout the week. You know, we're going to be giving y'all shorts, long form, all of that good stuff. And again, we almost had 3,000 subscribers. I don't know. We might have hit it within this time frame. We only needed 5 more people to subscribe. Okay, now we still need 4 more people to subscribe, and we'll be at 3K subscribers. So we should hit that in the next day or so. You know, or by the time this video get finished doing what it's doing, we should be at the 3K subscribers. So again, shout out to all of the day ones that have been rocking with us, all of the newcomers. Welcome. We're gonna continue to do this thing and add as much value as possible. But y'all let us know what y'all want us to hear, what y'all want to hear from us. Y'all let us know what y'all need us to talk about, some of the things that y'all want us to cover, and we will get into it. But again, that does it for today's episode, family. Always remember, we are not the master teachers. We are only the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new Black media. We out of here, fam. Peace and Black love.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.